From cold food habits to sealed rooms for warmth. Winter doesn't hurt cats immediately. It harms them slowly, silently. Nearly 90% of cat owners make these deadly winter mistakes. Let's begin with the most common one, the thermostat time bomb. Right now, your thermostat is lying to you. You feel fine at 65 degrees under your blanket, so your cat must be okay too. Right? Dead wrong. Here's what's actually happening inside your cat's body when the temperature drops below 68 degrees. Their kidneys start working overtime, concentrating urine to conserve heat. You can't see it, but their internal organs are burning extra energy just to survive your comfortable temperature. Every single night you turn that thermostat down to save 15 bucks on your heating bill, your cat's body goes into mild crisis mode for 8 straight hours. Think about the last time you slept in a freezing room. Remember that stiff, achy feeling the next morning? Your cat feels that every single day, but they can't tell you. Senior cats, even worse. Their circulation is already struggling, and now you're forcing their aging body to work double time just to maintain basic body temperature. Veterinarians are seeing something alarming. Cats from colder homes showing dehydration markers in routine blood work, even when water bowls are full. That's not laziness. That's their body prioritizing survival over thirst. The damage? It's cumulative, silent, and by the time you notice symptoms, their kidneys have already been stressed for months. Mistake 2. The Christmas tree death trap. Your Christmas tree is a vertical playground of hazards specifically designed to kill cats, and you've placed it in the center of your home like a festive death monument. Start with the water reservoir. Cats drink from it, ingesting preservatives, bacteria from the decaying tree, and sap residue. This causes severe stomach upset at minimum, and serious poisoning if your tree was treated with chemicals. Some trees are sprayed with fire retardants or pesticides that persist in the water. Then there's the tree itself. Pine needles are mildly toxic and sharp enough to puncture intestines if swallowed. Cats batting at low branches inevitably get needles stuck in their paws or mouth. Some cats chew the branches out of curiosity or boredom, ingesting saphened needles that cause vomiting and diarrhea. Ornaments are the real nightmare. Tinsel is essentially glittering intestinal blockage waiting to happen. Cats see it moving and can't resist. Once ingested, it doesn't pass. It bunches up in the intestines, requiring emergency surgery to remove. Glass ornaments shatter into razor-sharp pieces. Ribbon and string cause strangulation or blockages. And finally, the tree falling over. Cats climb, trees tip. Your cat gets crushed under branches, ornaments, and potentially electrical lights. Emergency vets see this every December, and it's completely preventable. Mistake 3. Ignoring the furnace filter danger. When was the last time you changed your furnace filter? If you can't remember, your cat is breathing recycled dust, dander, mold spores, and allergens every single day. That filter is supposed to be changed monthly during heavy use, but most people go 3 to 6 months. A clogged filter doesn't just reduce efficiency. It becomes a breeding ground for particles that get blown throughout your home. Your heating system is literally distributing contaminated air, and your cat is breathing it constantly because they spend 100% of their time indoors. Cats are low to the ground where heavier particles settle. They're also grooming constantly, which means anything that lands on their fur gets ingested. That furnace filter you've been ignoring. It's contributing to your cat's respiratory issues, skin problems, and digestive upset. Some cats develop chronic coughing or wheezing during winter that magically disappears in spring. Owners think it's seasonal allergies. Often, it's the filthy furnace filter, pumping contaminated air through the house for months. The fix costs $15 and takes 5 minutes. The consequences of ignoring it? Chronic health issues that could require expensive veterinary intervention. Change your furnace filter at the start of winter and monthly thereafter. Your cat's lungs will thank you, even though they can't tell you how much better they feel. Mistake 4. Heated beds. High deadly health problems. Heated pet beds seem like the ultimate winter gift for your cat. They might actually be stealing months from their life. Cats naturally move between warm and cool spots throughout the day. This movement keeps their muscles active, their circulation strong, and their body temperature regulated. But heated beds feel so supernaturally good that cats will stay locked in place for like 12 to 16 hours straight. They're not resting, they're trapped by artificial comfort. Here's what happens. Less movement means weaker muscles and potential weight gain. Constant warmth suppresses their thirst drive, leading to chronic mild dehydration. They'd rather stay warm than walk 10 feet for water. Over months, this stresses their kidneys in ways that don't show obvious symptoms until serious damage is done. But the most dangerous thing about heated beds? They mask illness. Cats instinctively seek warmth when they're sick. It's a survival mechanism. On a heated bed, they get that comfort artificially, which means early warning signs of disease, lethargy, reduced appetite, temperature sensitivity, all get hidden under the blanket of constant warmth. Multiple veterinarians now report finding advanced cancers, kidney disease, and other serious conditions in cats whose symptoms were completely masked by heated beds. By the time the cat shows undeniable signs of illness, the disease has progressed far beyond early intervention stages. Mistake 5. Holiday scents are poisoning your cat's liver. That pumpkin spice candle making your home smell amazing? It's quietly destroying your cat's liver, and you won't know until it's too late. Cats lack specific liver enzymes that humans have. Those cozy essential oils you're diffusing, cinnamon, pine, peppermint, even pet-safe lavender, contain compounds their bodies literally cannot process. So where does all that chemical buildup go? Straight into their liver, accumulating week after week. Here's the nightmare scenario. Your cat seems fine all winter. Maybe slightly less energetic, eating a tiny bit less, but nothing alarming. Then in March, you take them for a routine checkup, and their liver enzymes are through the roof. The vet asks about toxin exposure. You have no idea what they're talking about. That innocent-looking diffuser has been running 8 hours a day since November. Even worse, those airborne oil particles land on your cat's fur. Every time they groom themselves, which is constantly, they're ingesting those chemicals. It's not a one-time exposure, it's continuous microdosing of substances their liver can't break down. Veterinarians are seeing this pattern repeatedly now. Mystery liver issues in cats from homes with heavy holiday scenting. The owners are blindsided because everything they used was labeled natural or pet-friendly. Your cat's liver doesn't care about marketing labels. Mistake 6. The sunny window death trap. That adorable Instagram moment when your cat melts into that sunny window spot. You're watching slow-motion damage happen in real time, and you're calling it cute. Winter sun is a completely different beast. It sits low, burns intense, and blasts through your windows for hours. Your cat's eyes aren't designed for sustained bright light exposure like that. Sure, it won't cause instant snow blindness, but hour after hour, day after day, their eyes are working hard, squinting, adjusting, straining. Some cats develop persistent light sensitivity that owners mistake for normal aging. But here's the real killer, the temperature whiplash. In that sunny spot, your cat's fur heats up to nearly 95 degrees. Then they step back into your 68-degree room. That's a 27-degree temperature shock their body has to regulate. Once, no problem. 5 times a day for 4 months straight. Their circulatory system is doing gymnastics it was never meant to perform. And cats are addicts for warmth. They'll ignore their water bowl, delay their litter box trip, and stay in physically uncomfortable twisted positions just to keep that heat. You think they're relaxed? They're actually making calculated sacrifices their wild ancestors never had to make, all because your home doesn't provide consistent warmth. Mistake 7. The litter box location nightmare. You move the litter box to the basement for winter to control odor. Smart for you. Torture for your cat. Their paw pads are loaded with nerve endings. Imagine walking barefoot on ice-cold concrete, then having, to stand still in a vulnerable squat position while doing your business. Now imagine doing that 4 to 6 times every single day for 4 months. Your cat is experiencing this, and they can't tell you how miserable it is. So what do cats do? They hold it. Longer and longer each time, trying to minimize trips to that freezing basement. Holding urine concentrates it, which dramatically increases the risk of bladder crystals, infections, and blockages. Male cats especially are at risk. A urinary blockage can become fatal within 48 hours. Some cats just give up and start eliminating in warmer spots. You think they're being spiteful or need retraining. Wrong. They're trying to survive in an environment that forces them to choose between physical comfort and proper elimination habits. And the cold air down there? It sinks and concentrates. Every breath your cat takes in that basement is hitting their respiratory system harder than the air in your living room. Older cats, or those with any breathing sensitivity, are especially vulnerable. Every litter box trip becomes a test of their lung capacity. Mistake 8. The dry air breathing crisis. Your winter heating system is sucking moisture out of the air, and your cat's respiratory system is paying the brutal price. Indoor humidity during winter often drops below 30%. That's drier than most deserts. Every breath your cat takes through that dry air irritates their nasal passages, throat, and lungs. You might notice them breathing slightly heavier or clearing their throat more often, but you dismiss it as normal. It's not. Their mucous membranes are literally cracking and becoming vulnerable to infection. Dry air also makes airborne allergens and dust particles more concentrated and easier to inhale deeply. Cats with any underlying respiratory sensitivity, even mild cases you've never noticed, suddenly start showing symptoms. Sneezing fits, watery eyes, labored breathing. You think they caught something. Actually, your home environment is attacking their lungs. Here's what most owners miss. Cats are nose breathers. Unlike humans who switch to mouth breathing when congested, cats struggle intensely when their nasal passages are irritated. That cute snorting sound? That's respiratory distress. The longer they breathe dry winter air without relief, the more inflamed their airways become. Some cats develop chronic respiratory issues that persist even after winter ends, simply because months of dry air exposure caused permanent tissue damage, and you thought dry air just meant static shocks and chapped lips. Mistake 9. Overfeeding the winter weight myth. You've probably heard cats need extra calories in winter to stay warm. That advice? It's killing indoor cats slowly through obesity. Wild cats need extra winter calories because they're hunting in snow, burning massive energy to survive freezing temperatures. Your indoor cat? They're lounging on your couch in a 70-degree house. Their caloric needs haven't changed at all, but you're feeding them like they're Arctic explorers. Even an extra quarter cup of food per day adds up devastatingly fast. Cats are small. Just 2 pounds of weight gain on a 10-pound cat is equivalent to a 150-pound human gaining 30 pounds. That's not winter fluff. That's orthopedic stress, diabetes risk, and organ strain. The real danger is how gradually it happens. You don't notice 2 ounces gained over December, another 3 ounces by January. By March, your cat has gained a pound and you think it's winter coat. It's not. It's fat deposits pressing on their organs, stressing their joints, and setting them up for serious health issues. Veterinarians see a spike in diabetes diagnoses and joint problems every spring from cats who were systematically overfed all winter. The owners are shocked. They thought they were being caring. They were actually shortening their cat's lifespan with every generous scoop of extra food. Mistake 10. The holiday plant poison parade. December brings beautiful plants into your home. Poinsettias, holly, mistletoe, lilies, amaryllis. Every single one can poison your cat, and most owners have no idea until they're rushing to the emergency vet. Lilies are the worst. Just one bite of leaf, one lick of pollen, even drinking water from the vase can cause acute kidney failure in cats. And we're not talking about stomach upset, we're talking about total organ shutdown. Many cats don't survive lily poisoning even with aggressive treatment. Poinsettias cause severe mouth irritation and digestive problems. Hollyberries, vomiting and diarrhea. Mistletoe, cardiovascular problems. Amaryllis, tremors and hypotension. The list goes on, and your holiday decorating is literally surrounding your cat with toxins. The worst part is how cats interact with plants. They don't just sniff. They bite, chew, and bat at dangling leaves. That gorgeous flower arrangement someone brought to your holiday party? Your cat sees it as an interactive toy, covered in interesting smells. Some poisoning symptoms appear within hours. Others take days, making it nearly impossible to connect cause and effect. By the time your cat shows symptoms, significant damage has already occurred. That festive centerpiece isn't worth your cat's life. Skip the toxic plants entirely, or your winter might include a devastating emergency vet visit. Mistake 11. The dangerous winter exercise crash. Your cat was playful all summer, chasing toys and climbing cat trees. Then winter hit, and suddenly they're a couch potato. You think they're just cozy, they're actually declining physically, and you're letting it happen. Indoor cats already struggle with adequate exercise. Winter makes it exponentially worse because everyone, including you, is less motivated to engage them. You skip the evening play session because you're tired. The laser pointer stays in the drawer. That feather wand hasn't moved in weeks. Meanwhile, your cat's muscles are atrophying. Their joints are stiffening. Their metabolism is slowing. Young cats might bounce back in spring, but older cats? Those lost muscle mass and joint flexibility might never fully return. You're watching your cat age faster because winter made everyone lazy. Decreased activity also means decreased mental stimulation. Bored cats become depressed cats. Some develop behavioral issues, aggression, destructive scratching, inappropriate elimination, all because their physical and mental needs aren't being met. The cruel irony? Winter is when indoor cats need exercise most, because they're spending even more time inside than usual. But it's also when they're least likely to get it. By spring, you've got an overweight, understimulated cat with weakened muscles, and you're wondering what went wrong. Mistake 12. Forgetting water freezes. You think this only applies to outdoor cats? Wrong. If you keep water bowls in garages, mudrooms, enclosed porches, or even near drafty windows, that water can freeze or become dangerously cold. Cats are extremely temperature sensitive about what they drink. Water that's too cold, even if not fully frozen, discourages drinking. You've noticed this yourself. Cold water on a freezing morning isn't appealing. Same for your cat, except they won't just grab a warm beverage instead. They'll simply drink less. Reduced water intake leads directly to urinary problems, kidney stress, and constipation. Male cats especially are at risk for urinary blockages, which can become life-threatening within 48 hours. All because their water was too unpleasant to drink. Some owners keep backup water bowls in cold areas just in case, but never check if they've developed ice crystals or dropped to near-freezing temperatures. Your cat approaches, touches their tongue to frigid water, and walks away. You think they're not thirsty. They're actually being deterred by temperature. Check every water source in your home. If it's in a cold area, move it or add a heated water bowl. Your cat needs to drink consistently all winter long. Their kidney health literally depends on it, and they're not going to complain about cold water. They'll just silently suffer the consequences of dehydration. Mistake 13. The sweater and clothing torture. That adorable cat sweater you bought for Instagram photos? Your cat despises it, and it's causing stress you're completely unaware of. Cats regulate body temperature through their fur, which is specifically designed for this purpose. Adding clothing disrupts their natural thermoregulation and traps heat in ways that make them uncomfortable. That's why they freeze, walk weird, or try desperately to remove it. They're not being dramatic. They're genuinely distressed. Clothing also restricts their movement and prevents normal grooming behavior. Cats groom to regulate temperature, reduce stress, and maintain hygiene. When you put clothes on them, you're blocking a critical biological need. Some cats become so stressed they stop grooming entirely, leading to matted fur and skin problems. The elastic and seams can rub against their skin, causing irritation or even sores over time. Cats have extremely sensitive skin, and constant friction from fabric is genuinely painful, especially in areas like armpits and around the neck. Indoor cats with healthy fur don't need sweaters, period. If your home is so cold that you think your cat needs extra layers, the solution isn't clothing, it's raising your thermostat. That cute photo isn't worth the anxiety and physical discomfort you're forcing on your cat. They're not tiny humans. They're cats with specific biological needs that clothing violates. Mistake 14. Missing the rapid weight loss. Warning. Winter darkness means you're seeing your cat in artificial light more often, which makes subtle physical changes harder to notice. Your cat could be losing weight dangerously fast, and you might not realize until they're seriously ill. Cats hide illness instinctively. It's survival behavior. By the time they're showing obvious symptoms, they're often critically sick. Weight loss is one of the earliest warning signs, but it's easy to miss when your cat is covered in winter fluff and you're seeing them in dim lighting. Run your hands along your cat's spine and ribs weekly. You should feel a thin layer of fat over their bones. If you're feeling bones prominently, or if their spine feels sharper than it did a month ago, something is wrong. Hyperthyroidism, kidney disease, diabetes, cancer, all cause weight loss, and all progress faster when ignored. Some owners notice their cat seems less interested in food, but assume it's because they're less active in winter. Wrong. Healthy cats maintain their appetite, regardless of activity level. Reduced eating is a red flag, not a seasonal quirk. The indoor winter lifestyle makes it easy to overlook these changes. You're all inside more. Everything feels routine, and that gradual decline goes unnoticed. Schedule a vet appointment the moment you notice unexplained weight loss. Catching diseases early, especially in winter when you might not notice symptoms as quickly, can literally save your cat's life. Mistake 15. The forced affection stress bomb. Winter means more family gatherings, house guests, and holiday visitors. Every single person wants to pet your cat, pick them up, and force affection on them. Your cat is experiencing social overload, and their stress hormones are spiking dangerously. Cats have a limited tolerance for social interaction, especially with strangers. Unlike dogs who often love meeting new people, cats view unfamiliar humans as potential threats. Each visitor triggers their fight-or-flight response, flooding their system with cortisol and adrenaline. You think your cat is fine because they're not hissing or scratching. But watch their body language: flattened ears, tucked tail, dilated pupils, frozen posture. Those are signs of severe stress, not shyness. Every holiday gathering where guests chase your cat around trying to pet them is traumatic. Chronic stress suppresses the immune system. Cats who endure repeated stressful social situations during winter often develop upper respiratory infections, digestive issues, or behavioral problems. Some start urinating outside the litter box, not out of spite, but because stress has disrupted their normal elimination patterns. The worst part? Most guests don't understand cat body language. They interpret your cat's stillness as enjoying the attention when actually your cat has frozen in fear, unable to escape. By the time guests leave, your cat has been in crisis mode for hours. That's not holiday cheer, that's psychological torture. Mistake 16. Skipping the paw pad check. Your cat's paw pads are cracking, drying out, and potentially bleeding, and you have no idea because you never look at them. Winter air sucks moisture from everything, including the sensitive skin on their paws. Cats walk on those pads constantly, across your heated floors, cold tiles, rough carpets. Dry, cracked paw pads hurt with every single step. Imagine walking around all day with deep cracks in your heels. That's your cat's reality every winter, and they can't tell you about the pain. Some cats start limping slightly or avoiding certain surfaces. Others lick their paws obsessively, trying to soothe the discomfort. Most owners think it's normal grooming. It's not. It's a sign they're in pain. Excessive licking can actually make the problem worse, creating raw spots that are vulnerable to infection. Cracked paw pads can also pick up bacteria, litter dust, and household chemicals more easily, leading to infections that spread into deeper tissue. A simple crack becomes an abscess, requiring antibiotics or even surgical intervention. Check your cat's paw pads weekly during winter. They should be soft and supple, not dry or flaky. If you see cracks, apply PetSafe Paw Balm immediately. This takes 30 seconds, but prevents weeks of silent suffering. Your cat takes thousands of steps every day. Make sure each one isn't painful. Mistake 17. The space heater death sentence. You bought a space heater to save money on central heating. Your cat found the warmest spot in the house. Now they're at risk of burns, carbon monoxide poisoning, or worse, death by fire. Cats get so comfortable near space heaters that they fall into deep sleep closer and closer to the heat source. Their fur can actually singe before they wake up enough to move. Some cats develop slow-burning injuries over hours, the kind that damage deep tissue layers without obvious surface burns. Older space heaters produce carbon monoxide. Cats, being smaller and closer to the ground where CO concentrates, are poisoned faster than humans. Symptoms are subtle: lethargy, loss of appetite, vomiting. You think they're just being lazy in winter. Actually, they're being slowly poisoned by a malfunctioning heater. Then there's the fire risk. Cats knock things over. They brush against heating elements. They step on buttons or controls. Space heaters cause thousands of house fires every year, and curious or clumsy cats are frequently the trigger. Even safe, modern space heaters pose risks. Cats can get whiskers or fur caught in intake vents. They can block the heater's airflow, causing overheating. That affordable heating solution you're so proud of. It might be the most dangerous object in your home for your cat. Mistake 18. Ignoring the arthritis invisible suffering. Cold weather makes arthritis exponentially worse, and most cat owners don't even realize their cat has arthritis until winter reveals it. Your cat has been hiding joint pain for months or years. Winter just made it impossible to hide anymore. Watch how your cat moves in winter. Are they hesitating before jumping? Taking longer to stand up after naps? Avoiding stairs they used to race up? That's not slowing down with age. That's pain. Severe, chronic pain that worsens every time the temperature drops. Cats are masters at hiding discomfort. In the wild, showing weakness means becoming prey. That instinct doesn't disappear just because they're domesticated. Your cat could be experiencing 610 pain every single day, and you'd never know because they're biologically programmed to suffer silently. Cold temperatures cause joint fluid to thicken, making movement stiffer and more painful. Your arthritic cat wakes up every winter morning in agony, and it takes them longer to warm up their joints enough to move semi-comfortably. Some cats stop grooming properly because twisting to reach certain areas hurts too much. Many owners notice their cat seems grumpy in winter or doesn't want to be petted as much. That's not attitude, that's pain avoidance. Being touched when your joints ache is genuinely painful. Your cat isn't being antisocial. They're protecting themselves from additional discomfort. Mistake 19. The salt and ice melt poisoning. You're tracking deadly toxins into your home every single day, and your cat is ingesting them through their paws and grooming. Road salt, ice melt chemicals, and de-icing agents are coating your floors, and your cat is walking through it constantly. Cats lick their paws obsessively after walking on chemical residue because it irritates their sensitive paw pads. Each lick introduces salt and chemicals into their digestive system. Low doses cause stomach upset and vomiting. Higher doses, electrolyte imbalances, tremors, seizures, and potential death. Some ice melt products contain ethylene glycol, the same deadly ingredient in antifreeze. Just a few licks during grooming can trigger acute kidney failure. You think you're being careful by wiping your cat's paws. Are you really getting every trace of chemical from between their toe pads? Probably not. Even pet-safe ice melts aren't completely harmless. They can still cause irritation, burns on paw pads, and digestive problems if ingested in quantity. And you have zero control over what your neighbors use on their driveways or what the city spreads on sidewalks. Your boots, your shoes, even your pant legs are contaminated every time you come inside. That contamination spreads across your floors. Your cat walks through it, lies in it, and inevitably grooms it off their fur. This isn't paranoia. Veterinary emergency room sea salt and ice melt poisoning cases every winter. Mistake 20. Leaving cats outside to freeze to death. Cats freeze to death when body temperature drops below 60 degrees. At 32 degrees or below, they have 15 to 20 minutes before hypothermia destroys their organs. Thousands freeze every winter because owners assume outdoor cats are fine. They're not. They're dying. First they shiver violently, burning last energy reserves. Then shivering stops. That's when organs fail. Kidneys, heart, brain. 7 cats in Wisconsin froze huddled together in an abandoned crate, trying to share warmth that wasn't enough. Your house cat has zero survival skills, no warm refuges, no idea how to find food in snow. Putting them outside isn't freedom, it's a death sentence. 20 mistakes. Every single one happening in homes right now. Your cat isn't complaining, isn't showing dramatic symptoms, isn't begging for help. They're just suffering silently, waiting for you to notice. But by the time most owners notice, the damage is already deep. You have the knowledge now. You know what to look for, what to change, what to stop doing immediately. Winter doesn't have to be dangerous for your cat, but only if you act on this information today, not when symptoms force your hand.